Hello and welcome to a team talk with me, Matt Print from Fitness with Matt. I've been a group exercise instructor since 2012 and also a personal trainer. So today we are talking about why exercise is important for the menopause. Now I want to put a caveat in. I am fully aware that I am a man talking about the menopause. So I get it doesn't directly affect me, but I work with a lot of women right now who are in the peri-menopause and also going through the menopause. So I understand how important a subject this is, and that it's a subject that doesn't get spoken about enough. And there's not enough support for people going through the peri-menopause and the menopause out there. So we're going to start off by talking about what is the menopause and the peri-menopause. Well, the menopause is when you haven't had a period for over 12 months. Your period stops due to a change in hormones. Your hormone levels lower. The typical age is 45 to 55, but it can start a lot earlier, okay? We are human beings. We don't run to a timetable, okay? We are all different. Perimenopause is when you have symptoms of the menopause before your hormones have completely caused your period to stop completely. It can last months or years. Apparently it's about a third of your life, so it's a really important period of your life that you don't just stop enjoying life for, okay? Because it can have a massive effect on your life, on your relationships, on work. So right now, there is a huge campaign within the UK. I know this morning did a huge campaign this week. And from that, I learned something that I want to share with you. Diagnosis of perimenopause is super difficult. And there was a GP specialist in menopause on there, and she was saying how the FSH, the follicle stimulating hormone blood test, is really unreliable at diagnosing perimenopause or menopause, because during your perimenopause it fluctuates greatly. So your GP, your medical practitioner, should be led by the symptoms you are presenting. So if your GP has fobbed you off saying your blood tests don't show you are, well, actually the official guidance is it's not a good way of diagnosing perimenopause and menopause. So go back to your GP and go, I am presenting this many symptoms of the menopause, and hopefully you will get more support. If not, change your GP like you would change anything if you're not happy with it, okay? I know it's really sad, especially in the UK, that we have to fight to get the appropriate treatment, but please don't give up, because it can make such a huge difference in your experience of the perimenopause and the menopause. So now we're going to come on to the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause. So irregular periods, changes in mood, and this could be anxiety, low moods, mood swings, low self-esteem, as well as brain fog. Next, you can get sudden hot flushes, so a sudden onset of feeling incredibly hot. Difficulty sleeping, headaches and migraines worse than normal, muscle and joint pain. You will have changes in body shape and composition and potentially weight gain. There are also changes to your sex drive. It reduces in vaginal dryness and pain, maybe when you're having sex. Reoccurrent UTIs, urinary tract infections, very hard to say. And also your skin can get dry and itchy. There's a lot of changes within your body, and we can quickly see how these can impact our health, fitness and well-being. So whilst there isn't any concrete biological scientific evidence that the menopause causes weight gain itself, and I'm not saying it doesn't, you can see how the lifestyle things can add up to make you less active. So if you're in a low mood, if you're not getting much sleep, if you're irritable, if your muscles and joints hurt, you're not going to want to exercise. Also, if you think about it, the time of life when most women are going through the peri-menopause and the menopause, they may have grandkids, they may have be further on in their career and a higher pressure job, so they could be time poor as well. So all of these things may add up to make you less active, therefore causing weight gain. At a time when already your body, its metabolism is slowing, your muscles are starting potentially to waste and thus lose muscle as part of the natural aging process. So let's come on to the positive stuff. How exercise can potentially help you if you're suffering with the perimenopause or the menopause. Some of this I discussed in a previous chat, but I'm going to go over it all again because I think it's really important for us to hear. Number one, exercise reduces stress. It releases feel-good endorphins to raise your mood. So instantly, it's going to help to reduce the stress you may be feeling. It's also behaviorally a great way to escape life and maybe get away from situations that are stressing you out. Just get out of your usual environment. Switch off from work. Switch off from home life. It's time for you. You are placing yourself at the top of your priority list and going, hey, I need to move for my health, for my well-being, and that's going to help. You're going to have a sense of achievement that will boost your self-esteem, because when we exercise, we usually learn skills, or we get better at things, or we notice we are getting healthier and fitter. Now, whilst there isn't, for the next point, scientific advice, exercise may help you with sleep, because it's going to wear you out. It's hopefully going to reduce stress, but it's not going to completely cure it for everyone. But exercise may help with your sleep, with your circadian rhythm, your natural rhythm of your day. Now we're coming on to some biological factors. So we have to remember we are still getting older during this time. So exercise where we get breathless or we breathe quicker are really important for keeping your heart and your respiratory system strong, because when we work hard, our heart has to pump harder to get the oxygen to our blood. So it's really important to keep the heart and other muscles working harder. It will keep you strong. It will decrease the risk of numerous illnesses like coronary heart disease, stroke, certain types of cancer, as well as helping with your mental well-being. I can't stress that enough. Weight-bearing exercises are really important because as we age, especially females, there's an increased risk of a disease called osteoporosis, where your muscles weaken. So by doing weight-bearing exercises, you help to reduce this risk and keep your bones strong. Now, weight-bearing does not mean you have to use weights. It's anything basically where you put your body weight on your legs and your feet. So walking, running, dancing, and also resistance training is of course going to help keep your bones strong. So that's anything with weights, whether it be hand weights or in a gym with machines like a leg press. And next, let's talk about resistance training, because it's going to help keep your metabolism high. The way I think about it, muscles need energy to work. So the more muscle we have within our body, the more calories we will be needing to burn to move, to climb up the stairs, to walk to the kitchen, to walk to work. But also it's really important to keep our body strong and keep our muscle mass up as we age, because they're naturally going to waste. So if we're starting with a higher level of muscle, we're still going to be really strong as we age. So finally, we can also think about balance and flexibility and core training with things like Tai Chi, which may be calming and relaxing, yoga and Pilates. They can help to calm, to focus the mind, to help us to control our emotions and our mind better. They may also help with mobility, super important, because let's not forget we are getting older usually during this period of our life. And also things like Pilates and yoga are great for help strengthening the pelvic floor and helping with bladder weakness, which we may experience as we get older. Let's come on to my top actionable tips that we can take to start maybe getting a little bit more active and thinking about our health, fitness and well-being in the context of the perimenopause and the menopause. So if you are going to exercise, my top tip is to wear something loose fitting so that your skin can breathe, you can sweat. Also, there's a lot of clothing out there, sports clothing, that can help to take the sweat away from your skin and keep you nice and cool. Number 2, find something you enjoy doing and somewhere where you feel comfortable doing it. There's nothing sadder than someone forcing themselves to do something they don't like. Life is short. Find something you enjoy. Next, whatever you do, set some realistic goals. Maybe it's that you're going to go for a 10-minute walk 5 days a week. Don't suddenly commit to going to the gym every day because A, that's training too much, and B, if you've gone from 0 to 100, you're not going to be able to sustain that. There's potentially a risk of injury. So start small. Okay, start with that 5-minute walk. If 10 minutes feels like too long, just try and get outside. Vitamin D can really help with your bones as well. Another tip, phone a friend. Do something together with someone maybe going through the same thing as you. You can motivate and encourage each other and also feel a little less alone. And that's the next point. Don't suffer alone. Find an understanding GP or medical practitioner who's going to help you manage the symptoms of the menopause. Do your research about HRT because the benefits usually outweigh the risks, and there are so many options out there. We just have an issue that a lot of medical practitioners aren't supporting women in the way they should. Next, if you're thinking about being active and you are time poor, but you want to do, say, a class, there are nowadays, post-pandemic, so many options now. There's so many virtual workouts you can do, so many online programs you can follow with a person who is qualified, not just a celebrity. You can also do, of course, in-person classes still if you do need to move away from that. And I know I offer hybrid, so maybe one week you can't make it to a class, but you still want to come. You can still come to the class from home that week or when you're on holiday. And finally, please make yourself a priority because you matter. You're not going mad. Your body's going through some crazy changes that are extremely hard to navigate. And I'm saying this not having experienced it, but when I hear what people go through during the perimenopause and the menopause, it's tough. Okay? Please don't suffer. Make yourself a priority. Make your health, fitness and well-being a priority. And then hopefully you will get through it. And it won't be this dark time which many experience, okay? About a third of your life. Make it a good third of your life, okay? As best as you can. I hope this has helped. I hope it hasn't been patronising or from the male perspective. And yeah, I will paste afterwards. There are some websites I've found and some charities that may help support you and give you guidance, further guidance than I can. Have a brilliant, brilliant day. If this has resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And as always, you can find me online. If you have any questions, you can find me on Fitness with Matt 1 on Instagram. You can find me Fitness with Matt on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. And you can find me on my website, fitnesswithmatt.co.uk. Have a great day, and I will see you again for more top tips about your health, fitness and well-being. So goodbye.
I mix you again. Love is the answer.